Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing this look. This is my back to school look, and I know some of you are going to be like, whoa, that's really dark. Well, this is something that's very realistic for me myself to wear back to school, to high school. I was always the girl with the eyeliner and the heavy shadow. It's just who I am, and that's who I was in high school, and so I wanted to do a back to school look for those of you who want to be a little bit more edgy going back to school. So this is what I came up with, and all of this is drugstore products, so it's really inexpensive. Everything's at the drugstore. And if you want more natural makeup tutorials, I definitely recommend some, and I will link a few down below that are my favorites. But there are hundreds of thousands back to school natural makeup tutorials, and those people are way better at tutorials than I am anyway, so this is my interpretation of what I would wear back to school to make an impression and be myself. So I hope you enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to start with this look is the eyes, because the eyeshadows I'm going to be using have a little bit of fallout. They're very creamy and pigmented, so they're probably going to drop down. The first thing I'm going to do is tightline and waterline and line my waterline on my eyes, just because I always have to have definition, because obviously my eyebrows are already done, but my eyelashes are very blonde, and so I need to have some extra definition. The eyeliner I'm using for that is the Rimmel London Jet Black. I believe this is the Kohl liner. It's all smudged off the label, so I can't really tell you. But it's ironic because this is the eyeliner that I wore all throughout high school, actually. It's my favorite drugstore eyeliner, so it's a really good one to use. Next, we're going to move on to the eyeshadow base. I wanted to keep this mainly drugstore, so I'm going to use a drugstore eye primer. I would normally use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, but I also really love using these for eye primers because they literally stay forever. It's the Color Tattoo by Maybelline, and this is in Bad to the Bronze. So I'm just going to take a little bit. It's so gorgeous. Look at that. It's amazing. I'm going to take a little bit of this and just pop it all over the lid and into the crease. You want to make sure you put it in your crease if you're not using any other eye primer, because this is going to act as our eye primer, and typically eyeshadow creases in the crease. So it only makes sense it's called creasing. That definitely doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put eyeshadow on top of it, but if you want to, you can just do this as your eyeshadow and be good. Put on some liquid liner or gel liner and some mascara and you'd be good to go. I love wearing these just plain without any other eyeshadow. But I'm going to use some eyeshadow. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone eye palette. This has 4 amazing colors in it, and there's so many different tutorials I could do with this. It's not even funny. So many MAC dupes within this palette. I love it. So the first thing we're going to do is take this color. It's this medium brown color. It's similar to the color of Bad to the Bronze. It's labeled Crease. And we're going to tap that off and just pat that on the lid. You could bring it up into the crease. Because I have hooded eyelids and really small lids, I kind of have to in order for you to see the color, because when I have my eyes open normally, you can't see my crease, so you can't even see my eyelid. So I'm just going to pat that all over where I put Bad to the Bronze. The next thing we want to do is take an angled brush, and we're going to use that same exact color underneath our eye. All the brushes I'm using, by the way, are by Sigma, and I will have them all listed in the description box. This tutorial is also really great for those of you with blue eyes, because it's really going to make the blue in your eyes pop. Next, we're going to use a darker color through our crease, and I'm going to use this color called Definer. It's just this really nice chocolatey red toned brown with some shimmer in it, and this one is severely pigmented, so be careful with this one. This is the one that's probably going to drop down, but I'm using a little crease brush like this. This is my favorite one. I'll just tell you what this one is. It is an E45 small tapered blending. It works for me because of my small eyes, but if you have bigger eyes, you can use whatever blending or crease brush that you prefer. So I'm actually just going to place it on the outer corner here and kind of smudge it into the outer part. If you have smaller eyes, you can just focus this on the outer, but sometimes I like to bring it in a little bit too. just to kind of balance it out. Sometimes it'll look a little too heavy on the outer portion. This color is so gorgeous. It looks amazing with the medium brown that we used. Then we're going to take the same angled brush as before, take that same dark brown, and use that right on the outer half of the bottom eyelid. I'm going to take, let's see, my favorite brush for blending. It's a, gosh, I don't even know what the new name of it is. Where is it? It's the E25 by Sigma. I love these brushes. So it's clean. We're just going to go around the edge. These blend out so nicely. I also want to go on the lid a little bit to blend those two colors together from before. And you want to keep as hard of an edge here as possible. You don't want to blend that out too much. Next, we're going to line our upper lash line. I love using gel eyeliner for this because it lasts all day. This is the L'Oreal Blackest Black Infallible 24-hour gel liner. I love the packaging of it. It's super nice. It's not my favorite gel liner. I am still in the hunt for the perfect one, but I really like it. So we're just going to get a little bit of that on a liner brush. You can use whatever liner brush you like. You can even use liquid liner for this step. I'm just not that great at liquid liner. I'm still trying to practice that. Before I do mascara and all that jazz, I want to clean up a little bit underneath the eyes, so I'm just going to take a makeup wipe. These are Pond's makeup wipes. I love them. And just clean up below the eye. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Full and Soft. It's my favorite mascara of the moment. I adore it. And so I'm going to do my lower lashes first. Just because with my hooded eyelids, it's really hard for me to not mess up my mascara and get it all over my eyelid. For my skin, for my foundation, I'm going to be using the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. This is my favorite of the moment. And a flat top kabuki brush. And I just squirt it right onto the kabuki, nothing too complicated. And just pat that all over. I start with the sides of my face. I don't know why, I just do. I like most of the product to be on the outside just because I like to look natural down the middle of my face. This foundation is honestly the most natural looking foundation that I've found. Even more so than the Chanel one, just because the matte kind of with my dry skin doesn't really work too well. So on me, this is the most natural, but the Chanel Matte Lumiere foundation is really nice too. Obviously, that's a little more expensive, so I wanted to go with a cheaper option. I do apologize if you live in the United States. I don't know if you can get this anywhere. I know on ASOS, they do or did sell it, but I think it's sold out now. But there are places that you can find this on eBay if you want to go to that. Or you can swap with somebody from the UK, which is what I did to get this. So if you've been watching my tutorials or my videos for a while, you know I don't put any product on my forehead just because I have bangs, blunt across bangs, and so I don't feel the need to really hide anything under there. It's not really that bad. Unless the wind blows, it's not really that obvious that I don't have anything on under there. So I'm going to move on to concealer. This is the Collection 2000 Concealer in Fair, and again, this is a UK product. Don't know if you can get this in the United States, but it's a really good one. I wanted to include all of my viewers in this video. So the UK ones and the American ones. So I'm going to put a little bit of this where I need it. This has really high pigmentation, so I really don't need that much of it. I like this hair all over my face. My cats love to come up on my vanity area, and my long hair cat sheds all over my makeup brushes. And so sometimes I don't catch it before I put it on my face, and then I get hair all over my face. It's really lovely. Feels amazing. Probably what is breaking me out right now. So I'm just gonna pat that in. I love this concealer so, so much. It's really great on acne. It's very full coverage. I don't recommend it under the eyes. I feel like it's a little too pigmented for under the eyes. But for the face, it's amazing. For under the eyes, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Concealer. This is in the lightest color, I believe. And then I'm actually going to use my foundation brush to start to blend that in, and then I'll use my fingers for the rest. Next, I'm going to powder my skin. I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is a really nice powder, and my camera's about to die, so hopefully I can get all this in. Just powder, nothing too fancy. And then I'm only going to use a bronzer. I'm going to be using the Sleek Face Contour Kit, which you can order online if you live in the United States. It's just expensive shipping, with an angled brush. With a look like this, I just want to do bronzer. I don't want to overwhelm with anything else on my face. And that is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed. Let me take my bangs down. I hope you enjoyed this edgy girl tutorial. It's definitely not for those of you who like to be really natural for school. This is definitely a more overwhelming look, but it's something that I would definitely wear to school. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you check out my fashion back to school video. I'll link that down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.